This is a wall, and I'm pretty sure you know where this vlog is going, but let's get to it. Welcome to the 365 vlog. Let's go. Hello people, today is April 16th, 2016, day 107 of the 365 vlog, and we're continuing on being political and shit. So the primary for New York is about in 3 days, and Hillary, Bernie, and the other people, Trump, are all trying to vie for our votes. And I wanted to help you in this video understand a bit of the sides if you didn't already know who would vote for. It's pretty obvious. We have two sides running. We have Democrats and we got the Republicans, as you already know. And the Democrat side is what I'm going to try and focus on for the majority of this video, because that shit is hot as fuck, and the Republicans are a hot mess, and Trump's most likely going to win. So we got these two candidates, right? We got Bernie and we got Hillary, and they both are actually very similar in their beliefs to a point, and that's where their divergence begins to separate us as forward thinkers in this world. Even though Bernie and Hillary agree on a lot of topics, the way in which they are approaching them is how I think it'll affect the outcome of this race, and I'm learning a little bit more as I'm doing research and hearing people talk about the subject. So as people talk more and more, I get two sides to this coin. It seems like all the young people are voting for Bernie, and all the older people and people of color are kind of voting for Hillary, and it's interesting to see their reasonings behind some of them, and I can understand some of them, and they're very valid actually, now that I've done a little bit of research, and by a little bit, I read an article, and I've been watching a little bit of the debate and seeing where they stand on certain issues. Now, Hillary seems to be more grounded in her approach and real, but I think the problem with her approach, or at least some of her ideas or ideals, is how they will be affected after she were to win or to become president, how some of those promises that she's made to all the people who have donated money to her will affect us as a nation, because favors ain't free. And I think Hillary wants to do the right thing, but I think a lot of things that she wants to do, even if she's progressive in her mind, may be bogged down by the fact that she owes favors and may mitigate or slow down her ability to actually come through with a lot of these promises that she's trying to do. But now let's move on to Bernie Sanders, and he's a cool candidate and he vibes with all the young people because of his rhetoric and his ideas, and I love them. And as much as I do love them, I think the problem with them and grasping them to every facet of our nation that like to pick up steam on them is that a lot of his ideas seem full of fluff, and that since his ideas feel so idealistic and not realistic, is that a lot of the things that he wants to do is great, is just a lot of the how, and even if the how is known, the actual implementation of actually doing a lot of the things that he wants to do, such as like trying to make Wall Street pay for making school affordable. One of the things inside of capitalism that it was supposed to do, at least from what I've learned, is that it was supposed to be like a trickle-down sort of thing, that a lot of the corporations would allow people to have jobs and invest more money, but the people who are at the top don't pay the most taxes. We do, so it puts a strain on the normal-ass people. I think another thing that also helps Bernie, but is also an interesting thing to critique in relation to the people who support him, are the things that Bernie has done in his past, and that he's a great activist and he fights for all these things. And it's interesting to see the people who do support him, do they have that same rhetoric inside themselves when they're like campaigning with him? Do they feel like everything he did is what they did? And if they had to do what he did, would they be able to do what he did? These are the questions that I asked the people who are voting for him, and understanding maybe a little bit why you are voting for him. Is it this herd type of mentality? Does he feed a sense of urgency or common sense that works better with younger people? I think it does, to a degree, because a lot of his issues are a lot of the issues that young people face, and I guess that's why it speaks to them more, because they're dealing with it now, and I guess they don't see certain other issues that don't work as well with them. And then I think the one thing that overall in this whole election that it comes down to is authenticity for who you're voting for and how they're speaking about a lot of their subjects, because I think that's the most important part for anyone, at least who's voting now, I think, besides the actual issues. Because I think that the issues are very important, but if you have no charisma or no way to actually pander to the people you're talking to, you're not going to draw them in. And that's why the fuck we have Trump. Now, I could talk all day about Trump, but obviously he is the best candidate to win this all, because America must have lost its goddamn mind and unleashed the best form of showing racism ever in the world, or inequality in one person. It's amazing. And sexism, I forgot that shit too. But I truly do wonder if he means a lot of the things he says. I mean, come on guys, let's think about this. We're gonna all build a wall. Maybe that might be fun. Did you ever think about building a wall together, an American wall? Let me show you. I mean, we could put some big bricks like this together. Imagine when we're old. We can think about it together. Like, remember when we were like 30 and we were working on the wall and we all got Mexico out? It'd be some great shit to talk about, right? Right? But in all honesty, it does scare me that if Trump does gain enough support, he actually could be someone to run this country. And it's crazy how many times he says things that he later goes back on, so it's really hard to figure out what his whole agenda is. And he'll say something raw, then just take it back, like all women should be punished if they have abortions or something. That's some extreme ass shit right there. I think he got some Hitler-esque thing going on, and he doesn't even know it probably. Or he does, which is the even scarier fucking part. The other candidates when it comes to the Republican Party don't really matter in my opinion, because they're not really standing out. Ted Cruz is trying to do some shit, and also that Casey motherfucker trying to do some shit, but I don't even know why he's still in the race. He's really not relevant, but we'll see what happens come the 19th or whenever they have their shit or whatever. Now honestly, I would love Bernie to win. Everyone says Hillary's going to win, but we'll see what happens on the 19th. I'm still in the false optimistic hope in the ideals that Bernie holds, and maybe that makes me ignorant or naive, but I think that there's hope in a lot of the words that he says. I just need to actually see it in practice to be fully just like on it. Like, that's my only issue with a lot of the topics that he brings up. They're all great. I just want to see them actually work as he believes that they will actually work. Because at the end of the day, change is actually great, and I really want that to happen to this country, and a lot of things just to be better, because a lot of people are suffering and need jobs, and it's just a really tough time. So I want whoever's really going to be in the office to genuinely care or feel like, or at least agree with a lot of the things that people agree with, and I hope that it's what I agree with. That's honestly what I'm saying in this video. But yeah guys, who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's going to be Trump, or do you think it's going to be Bernie or Hillary, or the other two guys who really aren't that important? But yeah, tell me in the comment section down below. Also, if you made it to the end of this video, don't hesitate to hit the like button. Also, if this is your first time seeing my face, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. But yeah guys, I'm Vandal. Don't forget to keep it 365 and political and whatnot until the 19th and /November. But yeah, I'm Vandal. Peace. Bye.